How are we doing, guys? Anti-Venom, what's going on? Hatter, how you doing, buddy? Skylar, Hunter. Skylar, Hunter. Hunter, Skylar, how you doing? How you doing, Cammy? Yeah, this is just a chat stream because I don't know how long I'll be able to play it. I was like, alright, I haven't got my new camera here yet. I've got a new camera, it should be it should be ordered. I think it's ordered, it should be here tomorrow or the day after. It's not going to be here tomorrow, it's Sunday tomorrow. It should be here Monday. So I'm going to be getting back into Fate Extella and all that kind of thing. But yeah, no, this is going to be more of a chat because I don't know how long I'll be able to stream today because I got family round that I found out about this morning. Hence me doing a morning stream with the other stuff. You haven't played WoW in a long time, or haven't seen WoW in a long time, nice. My bro's going to let me play as well whenever we get rep for Draenei. Nice. In chat, I tell you what I'll do. Here's what we're gonna do. If the mods want to, yeah, if the mods want to, let's jump in the stream room. But guys need to watch your language. I'm not saying you would, but you need to watch your language. Like, I don't care if you could swear, you could do whatever. No racism, no, nothing like that. No homophobia, nothing like that. I don't want that shit. Alright, I'm jumping in the streaming room now. How you doing, Harry?
Hello.
Oh, man. Oh, I think this is the first time me and you were talking, right? Like...
I think I've been there before, but it's been quiet.
Ah, okay. Could swear about no racism or anything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I have but a few rules. And by a few rules, I mean literally like the one or two. Hunter says hi.
What? Shuja, what are you talking about? What?
Seems you have an admirer.
I don't know about that.
Sorry, the camera. There we go. Is Anti-Venom, you thinking of joining in, bud?
What?
Oh, Anti-Venom's here.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh,
he's just
fuck.
usually quiet.
If you guys ever
I'm
played...
on phone, so I have to keep jumping back and forth.
Sorry?
I'm on phone, so I have to keep jumping back and forth.
Ah, okay.
Ah.
Have you guys ever played WoW before? Or is this just like a me being a nerd thing?
No, I played WoW a bit. My brother and me bought the... I forgot. We bought one of the things where when the Worgens were out, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
kind of like level up with each other.
Yeah.
Like when one of you reaches a certain XP, you could give a level to the other one.
I was unaware that was even a thing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like a kind of like a master and a student type thing.
Yeah.
Where when one got enough XP, the other one was able to get a bonus level.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But they had to be under level than you, so it was like you had to be higher, of course.
Yeah.
But it worked out pretty well. It was fun. I just never bought again because pricey at the time.
Okay, guys, I want to try something, if you will.
Go for it.
I would like chat to just ask questions, and then I would delegate who the question goes to.
Oh boy.
So literally any kind of question, and I would delegate who it goes to.
No, officer. I'm pretty sure Melt is older.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mel is at least 18.
I mean, she's at least Sakura, just not gifted.
No, I have to admit, of the Sakuras, then I agree. Mel is best Sakura.
Looks like Shijo asked the first question.
Are you into lollies? I could give this to Hatter, but I feel like that's an easy one.
It really is.
Anti-Venom, go for it, buddy. Are you into lollies? Anti-Venom?
It's a bit of a hard.
Come on, you know his waifu. Toy.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. The fact that you're like, I don't know, do I? Means that you thought about it. I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Fuck.
We're on to a secret, boys. We're on to a secret. His not so secret secret. I've got a question for you guys. How did you actually get into the Fate series? Like, who introduced you, or did you just stumble upon it?
I think I watched it on my own. I just don't remember. I think I had seen a bit of Stay Night, like some stuff, and then Unlimited Blade Works, but I never actually watched it. And I started with Zero.
Okay. That's not. I mean, yeah. How old were you when you actually got into it? Or how many years back?
I'm trying to think. It was either before or slightly after 2010.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure Zero was out already at that time.
See, I think for me, it was like I'd watched Fate Stay Night or parts of it. Like I don't think I finished it. And then like I was like, okay, that was a cool series kind of thing, but I didn't go back to it. And then obviously when I started the channel, you guys kind of went mental over an AMV I watched because I was like, this is really cool, and you guys were like, react to the series, react to the series, react to the series.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, alright. And then ever since that, it's been a downward spiral. How'd you get into it, Venom?
I have to say a while back, I used to. Well, fuck. I think about this.
Oh, by the way, Bear, Jen and Lude got some milk.
Sorry?
Gen chat and Lude chat. There's some milk.
Let's have a quick old look-see. Oh, I also see some Midnight and Mant Lady. Ooh,
Ah, yes, that was that too.
the melt, though. I'm not gonna lie, like, in the middle of streams, when in chat, where you're just like, hey, look at Gen chat. I'm always looking, I'm like, man, I'm so happy this isn't on screen. Like, if this were on screen, I don't know how long I'd have this channel. Hey, Bear, sorry I missed the first stream. Was asleep, though? Don't worry about it, bud. I was barely awake.
Nah, I was awake and I was just farming up GBF an event before it ended. I barely got the last weapon I needed.
Oh, here's another question. Hunter says, what's your favorite game?
That's tough. I got a couple.
That is a pretty hard one.
Purely for like everything enjoyable in it, it's gotta be BioShock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that game was just amazing, and still is to this day. It holds up well.
Yeah.
In fact, on stream reactions, I put a BioShock 2 rap that JT Machinima did.
It's entirely possible I've seen it, because I really, like, I played BioShock 1, and I was like, that was a cool game, but I wasn't too hyped about it. And then BioShock 2 came out, and my buddy played the shit out of it, and he was like, listen, you need to play this game. I was like, I don't want to play the game. He was like, I will get you the game, play the game. And I played it, and I enjoyed the shit out of BioShock 2. Like, it was such a good game.
I like BioShock also because it legit just makes you like, hey, you see all these little sisters? Yeah, you're your dad. You're their dad. Take care of them.
Yeah, yeah. I just like, don't loot the lolly.
I really need some Adam though. No, you don't. But I need Adam. I mean, either choice you make is about the same payout, I think.
Yeah.
It's just you get to add them earlier if you choose the other option.
Favorite game for me has to... my mind automatically goes to Final Fantasy X. Because that was the first game ever where I was just like, oh my god, this game is amazing. But
Final Fantasy X.
yeah, I love the shit out of that game. And like, through all its flaws, I love the shit out of that game.
Oh no, I liked it too. I forgot. Me and my brother, my room's a closet of just gifts and gifts that's locked that
Yeah.
I can't even open. And we snuck in at one time and found the game. And we, well, it was my brother's gift, but we both played it. Mainly him, and he looked up stuff, guides and everything, and we just sit and I'd watch him play, and we'd like just look at the story. It was fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the shit out of that game. Shiro Brando says it was Tales of Exilia.
Hmm.
I don't think I've played Exilia. I get confused with the Tales games. Like, cause I'm not big into the series. Like, I can tell you I've played Berseria, I've played Zestria, I played one before that. I couldn't tell you what it is. I think it might have been Vesperia? No. Yet no. I have no idea. But, like, I really enjoy them. But, like, for me, Final Fantasy just kind of overtook them.
Yeah, if we were going to buy a Final Fantasy game, I was really into 7 more than 10. Not that I hated 10, it was just... But I never played the actual 7. It was just Advent Children, the movie, and Dirge of Cerberus was Vincent.
Oh, Vincent's such a badass.
It really is. So what's that? I can turn into a werewolf, demon, and chaos.
Yeah.
And then Cloud's cameo in that game was just great as well.
Yeah, yeah. The thing, I remember getting... Do you remember the old PS2 demo discs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a couple of them.
I remember I got a PS2 demo disc, and it was like a hand-me-down. And I remember getting it and putting it in, and that was on it. The demo for that game was on it, and I was like, oh my god, a Final Fantasy game that's like a fighting game. I'm in.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the shop looking to buy it, and I was like, I must have been like 10 or 12, maybe earlier, and I just couldn't find it anywhere.
No, I'm glad that that game still gets recognition a bit sometimes, like in World of Final Fantasy, where everyone's like a chibi. They brought back Shulk, the little girl with the glow eyes. I forget her actual power. She was able to, like, she basically had lightsabers.
I think I remember who you're talking about. Shiro Brando, buddy, I skipped the video that you sent because I was just trying to get through to other people's, because I basically did one of your videos, and then directly below that was another one of your videos. So I did one, skipped your other one, and went to someone else's. But don't worry, yours is now like right near the top of the list, so when I do another reaction thing, I'll get right to it, buddy.
Yeah.
Down here. Anti-Venom. What's your favorite game, bud?
Gears of War.
Ooh,
fair.
that's
Good
fair.
choice.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, that's that game. I remember playing it. Spoilers for anyone that hasn't played. I don't know how many year old game. I remember
old.
playing the third one, and I was literally 5 minutes ahead of my buddy because we were playing it together. But because I was ahead and I didn't want to stop, we were kind of playing it together, but in a different game. So I was 5 minutes ahead, and we got to the point where Dom dies. And dear fucking god, I was sitting there near enough crying like a little girl. And my buddy's like, what's happening? What's happened? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I was like, just wait. Just wait.
Yeah, Dom always got me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, the emotional shit that happens with Dom, Maria... Man, it fucked with me. Gears of War 2 fucked with me. But it was such great games. Such fantastic games. I don't know what they were doing with Judgment, but we're going to pretend it doesn't exist and move on.
Shiro, Persona 5 is a good one. I can't disagree with that. If I had to pick a Persona game, that one. but then again, that's also the only one I've played besides Q.
Hmm.
Which
I've
I'm trying to finish.
I've played another Persona game. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like a PSP game or a PS Vita game. I think it was Persona.
Yeah. They have a Danzy one, the PSP, I think.
And I kind of enjoyed that, but Persona 4, it might have been Persona 4. I think it was Persona 4, because I think I remember them like shooting themselves in the head to get their Persona.
Oh, that was 3.
That was 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it might have been 3 then. Yeah. That was a really, like, I remember that getting to the point where they shot themselves, and I was like, I was relatively young, and I was like, oh shit, that's so rad. And I was like, man, if I was a different kid in America right now, I don't know what I'd be doing.
When I grow up, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah. Hey guys, I've got this incredible thing I want to try. Let me shoot you real quick.
No, was it, yeah, no, Persona 3 Dancy's coming out soon.
Really?
Yeah, there's a bundle for 3 and 5 Dancing. That also gets you 4, which is only on the PS Vita, but because of the bundle, you get it for the PlayStation 4. But that's the only way to get it.
Wow.
Otherwise, PS4 Dancing is still on the PS Vita. I think they might have it on Steam, but I'm not sure.
Persona's great. Persona's a really good series.
Oh, yeah. And the Dancing one's fun because it just remixes a bunch of the tracks.
Yeah.
Which every Persona game has a different vibe.
Yeah, it does. That's I really dug Persona 5's. Like, before I even played the game, and I haven't even completed the game. I've watched the game through to completion, but I haven't completed the game. But I watched it.
Shiro.
Yeah, I watched the majority of it on YouTube. But I was watching. I think I watched like the first 3 hours on YouTube before I even played the game, and I was like, Jesus Christ, the soundtrack to this game is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like, it was so good. Just been waiting for Persona 5 Arena. What's that?
Basically, is it Atlas? I think it's Atlas. Basically, they like having fun with their games, so they put them in the battles, like fighting games.
Oh, okay.
But with the Persona characters and their personas.
Alright. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. It's actually pretty fun. Same thing with the Dancing one, I wanted to do that. Persona 5 is actually coming out in the new Q2 one, which is the chibi version of everybody.
Yeah.
It's, and they're also introducing the female protagonist of Persona 3, it looks like.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because most of the time it's only the single male gender for every single one so far.
Yeah.
That's been canon at least. Because as much as they are, you can choose what you do or what you name, they do somewhat canonize things.
Yeah. I mean, it's happens a lot from what I can tell with Japanese games. Is canon is very, 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 very important.
Yeah, sometimes. Like Dragon Age 2 has canon.
Oh, does it?
A canon, yeah, just a canon in the story, like for what Dragon Age themselves, what they would choose, it'd be a male blood mage.
Interesting. I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah, because some of the trailers and some of the info has mentioned that it'd be a male blood mage because there's one trailer that shows it, and I think there's like a written thing that in the lore itself she's labeled as it.
Yeah.
If you don't choose anything. Oh, was it Persona 2? I thought it was 3.
Persona 3, I think it's the, sorry, I'm just trying to kill a guy. Keeps trying to run away like a little bitch. Persona 3 was a high school guy. He really reminded me of the character from Persona 5, actually, the main character from Persona 5. Or I should say the main character from Persona 5 reminded me of him.
I appreciate the personalities they give all of them. Like Persona 4's character, he just is a freaking quiet guy, but at points he'll just be smiling, like, okay. Oh, what? We walked into the hot springs full of the girls in our class? What do we do? they're asking him. He just smiles and keeps walking forward, like, don't move back, march. And like they're just standing there, holding their ground, not leaving, while getting buckets and shit thrown at him. And he gets a bucket straight to the face, still standing.
I'm the guy in the back of the bus in VC.
VC?
I have no idea. And even what's VC?
What's that?
Oh!
Wow. I mean, fair.
I was like Valkyria Chronicles? Oscar?
Ooh, that Nidocris is cute.
Chris, I've very, very, like, recently grown quite accustomed, quite attached to Chris. I don't know why. I'm just like, I really like her design.
I mean, tan, bunny ears.
I'm out of range.
Yeah, it's kind of my shit. It's kind of right up my alley. Dark-skinned anime girl. Talking of dark-skinned anime girls, I'm super, super scared to have Chloe be introduced in
Oh boy.
yeah, like it legitimately scares me a little bit.
It's
So I'm
gonna
like,
be fine.
man, how quick is this channel gonna get banned? Because from what I can tell, Chloe's the one that does all the looting, right?
Yeah.
Are there any anime games coming out like on PC soon?
Anime on PC?
Yeah. Like any anime games?
Well, the newest Valkyrie Chronicles 4 came out. Pretty
Yeah,
sure
I
that's
know
on
for
PC
sure,
as well.
yeah. The thing is, I really want to get Valkyria Chronicles 4, but I really want to get it on Switch so that I can play it when I'm at
Yeah.
work.
I think Extella Link got its American release date finally.
You think what got an American release date, sorry?
Fate, Extella Link.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it finally got the American. I just can't find the actual date. Well, I guess American, worldwide release as well. I'd assume.
Yes, my camera is frozen. I will fix that in a minute, Hunter. Thank you for pointing that out. I really want, there was a, it must have been, that was meant for 3 people, bitches. Must have been 3 months ago, 4 months ago, there was a 7 Deadly Sins game released on PS4. And it literally, oh no, it would have been the beginning of the year maybe, actually. Jesus Christ, time's flown by. But there was like a game that was released on PS4 and I really, really wanted it. But it was released and I announced just after I sold my PS4. And like, I cried a little inside. It physically hurt me because 7 Deadly Sins is, I love that series so much.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think it's such a good series.
Auntie, don't be rude to the bot. It's doing its best.
Activate. There we go. Back up. Ugh. There we go. Boop. So I just came from a D&D session. Do any of you guys play D&D at all? Or have you played?
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda?
Yeah. Like, it's usually just stuff that we all make up.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best thing to do with
What?
D&D, is just make it up as you go.
Yeah. Like, I think recently one of the things my friend had made up, like an abyssal type creature god, and we weren't really supposed to do anything or talk to it, but I kept passing rolls apparently for it, so he just had to make up bullshit on the fly. So my one character got like a special blessing from an abyssal creature that I kept changing my character. And like every so often we're fighting more abyssal creatures. I keep asking if I could just try and take or Kalima the abyssal power from them. And it got to the point where at the very end, my character just completely got transformed into a Melodamon. So they're now a freaking jackal creature.
Fair enough.
With like immunities to like poison, death effects, and a bunch of other stuff. And he's like, yeah, no, but yeah, this is the thing. Your character is pretty much gone at this point. This is your character now that you have to summon now, because they're basically too broken to play the game. Like, he essentially made my character a demigod in the series.
See, I like DMs that do stuff like that. Like, you don't see that, in my opinion, enough in D&D. Like, people are too scared to make their players OP. It's like, no,
his
no,
only
do it.
real
Sorry, come again?
I was gonna say, his only real complaint was when my one friend wanted to jump off a mountain and be like, no, yeah, I'm fine, I'll live. He's like, no, just climb down the mountain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump, I should be fine. No, I'm telling you, climb down the mountain. I'm gonna live. It's 200 feet or so off the ground. You're not gonna live. He's like, it's okay, I'll just break my leg at most. No, you will die.
You're jumping off a mountain.
Like, and he wouldn't budge. He kept getting pissed off that he kept telling him, I just want to jump off. No. Like, it was one of the most aggravating moments for him. We were there for like 20 minutes, if not more. Because, like, both of them are stubborn, but the other one's more stubborn at points.
Yeah, my session had something kind of similar like that today. In the fact that, like, the DM was basically, he put us in a position where, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it, where we had to run from the fight. There was no way we were going to win, but I wasn't in the fight. I was way back for whatever reason. I can't remember exactly why, but I was trying to catch up to them, and they were trying to run away from whatever it was they're fighting. I still have no idea what the fuck it was. But I get in there, and basically the only way to describe this creature is it was a giant tree, like a treant, but it had a tree house on it and everything like that, and there was a witch controlling it. And so we get in, and I see that all of my party are knocked unconscious. One of them just got up, so I was like, alright, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna save this one guy, and then I'm gonna fly away myself. I got in, I saved the one guy, and then I was just insta-killed. And we had an argument where it was literally, it was like, you wanted us to run away, but we can't run away because the thing insta-kills everybody. And yeah, we had like, it wasn't an argument as such, as more of it was a discussion. It was like, we were kind of just laughing at the fact we were trying to run away from something that could just hit us wherever we went. But, yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, I have been thinking of, like, because I play a decent amount of D&D, and I've been thinking of somehow, I don't know how I would do it just yet, but doing a, what's the wrong button? A little session, like, on stream with people from the community and having it be fate related. So, like, instead of having a class, you would still have a class, but it would be a summon kind of thing.
Right.
So, like, if you wanted to, you could play an archer class, and you could summon an archer. And it could be a created archer that you just made up, or it could be one from the Fate series kind of thing.
Right.
But for me to do that, I would need a lot of help from people that really know what they're talking about in Fate. Because otherwise we'd get into a fight and I'd be like, this guy does this. And he'd be like, actually no, because I've got protection from that, and yeah, I'm immortal now. And I would be like, okay. I just don't have the knowledge to do it.
Me and the other two that I mentioned earlier were gonna do that, and I was in charge of most of it. But we're stalled because we have like 3 other D&D stories and sessions beforehand.
Yeah.
But we've made most of the characters, like one is like a frail peasant girl who summoned the freaking berserker.
Okay.
And the berserker's kind of broken in the sense that she has like a bullshit amount of health, and her arm AC is like broken.
Yeah.
But the funnier thing is that her noble phantasm lets her summon the soul of her sister at almost the exact same health to fight Ursa.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's she's summoned at whatever health the sister's at. So she could be summoned at low health, but they deal the exact same damage and everything. So it's like, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's gonna really fuck up someone's day.
The stupidest thing that I think one of my friends has done so far is basically he made a Lancer. He got a Lancer because we were doing like a roll, kinda, whatever number you got in between. And he got a Lancer, and I let him be bullshit. He could throw it, and then it could burst again after being thrown into multiple more like shards of whatever like magical element he had on it at the time.
Yeah.
And then it can burst again off the ones that already bursted. So it's just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna throw this and take out a country.
Pretty much. Like, we're like, oh, it's okay. We need to figure out things that are broken and not too broken. Like, one of my characters has a dragon mount that she gets launched from the dragon's tail at a target on the ground. She throws her halberd at the ground, and before it's about to hit, the dragon shoots an ice blast at it that completely covers the enemy and the halberd, and it just keeps the target frozen.
Yeah. Shiro, I will get back to it in a minute. I just want to continue this conversation. On the subject of like keeping things balanced and like things need to be OP'd so they can be balanced kind of thing.
Yeah.
There was a point we wanted to play D&D, but I wanted to make a lot of changes to it. The session that I was doing. And I wanted to do a D&D session based on, if you're familiar with the series called Tower of God.
My friend, I think, told me about it.
It's really, really good manga. I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I read all of it in around about a week. Like, there's a lot of it there. And I really wanted to do a session based on it, but I can't do that with the D&D system. So I went around and I created my own unique system. Where you could basically do whatever you wanted, but it wasn't OP because everything was balanced. And it took me around about a month or 2 months to actually get it all balanced, but I did it. But you have to have things be OP so that you can get that nice sense of balance, otherwise you're just not going to get there.
Yeah, and if it's not too OP, then it just won't feel like whatever the story is.
Exactly, yeah. Like, you're
Like
supposed to
in
feel like a
Fate, you have
badass.
to have, like, bullshit stuff at points, and then just like, oh, okay, I just one-shot you.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on the servants.
Could you imagine, like, Hercules if he just died once and that was it?
Pretty much. Actually, me and my one friend who was helping me, like, it was 3 of us, but the one that was helping me, he keeps wanting to make a master that can apparently try and go toe-to-toe with the servants. And I'm like, no, I know there's some masters that have a chance of doing this, but at the same time, I'm telling you, if you try, you will die. I will make you die.
Yeah. It's like, the thing is, they probably saw Shiro do it, and they were like, listen, this guy can do it. It's like, yeah, but there's a reason for that. He's getting powers from the servant. Like, because he got a lot of his shit from fighting with Archer, right? Like, it was basically a transference, yeah. So, yeah, I get people, because I thought it would be so cool to have a master go toe-to-toe with the servant, but I'd like, that master would have to have some really good fucking reason to be able to do that shit.
No, I was thinking making fun of my other friend because he was watching Fate Apocrypha, but supposedly he hadn't gotten to the point yet. He had made a saber, and its noble phantasm turns himself into a dragon. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you were watching Fate Apocrypha, right? Yeah. He was like, I swear I didn't know that until that happened.
To be fair, I empathize with that man, because the amount of times during my D&D sessions, I'll be doing something, and I'll bring it in, I'll introduce this idea, and everyone will be like, so you've been watching this anime again, huh? And I'll be like, what? They'll be like, that's in this anime, and I'll be like, the fuck? Like, there was a point where I introduced the 7 Deadly Sins, and I was watching 7 Deadly Sins, so I incorporated them, but I made it so that they inhabit people. And in my idea, I was like, that's a unique spin on the 7 Deadly Sins, but then people went, well, one of my players went, oh, so you've been watching Fullmetal Alchemist? And I was like, oh, fuck! Because then I realised they've done it, and it's just, I have that issue so many times where I'll have this idea, and I'm like, I'm a genius. And then I'll incorporate it, and I'm like, that's from an anime I saw like 4 years ago.
Pretty much. It's hard to come up with original stuff at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, it's just...
Yeah, like, at this point, I feel like it's hard to get original. You have to sort of get something that's already there and just put a very unique twist on it. That's as close to
Yeah.
original as you're gonna get at this point.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I enjoy my one archer I made, though. The archer's noble phantasm just sounds so fun and bullshit. They shoot a single arrow, that after they shoot it, they move at blinding speed to follow the fire off at every different location it flies.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, here's one single arrow that's gonna pass through you like 20 times.
Sorry, sure, going back to your question, buddy, I will be going back to Valkyria Chronicles. Don't worry about that. I will be completing that game.
Yeah.
My concern at this point is I want to play that game, I want to play Extella, and I want to play Dark Souls, and I want to play World of Warcraft. And I want to play Fate Grand Order. Like, I have so many games I want to play, so I'm going to have to come up with a very, very good schedule for doing that.
Yeah.
And
If anything, just make sure to log in to Fate Grand Order.
Yeah, I've felt so bad for myself because I haven't been logging in this past week and a half, maybe. Like, I just haven't. Like, I've got home and I've just put my phone down and I've passed out, kind of thing. And then I've woke up the next morning and I've been like, I've missed a day. God damn it. And then it's kind of went from there and I've just been like, man, there's no point in me even continuing right now until I get back into the play of it. But,
Well,
I do plan on playing out those. I do plan on playing Valkyria Chronicles, and that will primarily be on the weekends. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'll play, say, Valkyria Chronicles Saturday or something like that, and then Sunday I'll play a different game. And after I play the games, I could do reactions, kinds of things. Like I've got a good few things that I want to try and do, but it's all going to be a bit experimental for a while. Ugh. Nothing's original anymore. That's very true. Yeah, it's like I said, super hard.
I mean, you can still try and make some things original. It's just very hard to try. Like, oh, hey, you want to use time magic? But there's so many ways that's already been used. Simple. Or do fire magic that can create time magic. That makes no sense. I'll make it make sense.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you put the effort in, you can make it make sense. Like,
Yeah.
like, because, I mean, you could create a world where there is no air, there's this magical element, and then some guy had heat magic, and he had such hot heat magic that this element then burst, and then all of a sudden, when the element gets burst, it opens a rupture in space-time, and all of a sudden you've got flame teleportation magic. Like, you could do all kinds of shit. If you put enough effort in to explain why it works and like give it a reasonable explanation, you can do that.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of flame teleportation magic, I just realized something. Harry Potter.
God damn it!
I forgot about that.
It's see, there is nothing original anymore. I came across this when I was trying to make a comic book at some point. My friend Leia, and I've got another friend. Oh my god, I forgot her name. Kate. There we go. That was close. They're amazing artists, amazing. And I was going to pay one of them to basically draw the art, and I was going to do the story because I'm relatively good with stories. And I had this whole story done. It was about knights, and they were basically gonna. This knight had been, his family had been betrayed, and he was a bastard, and he grew up from about 8 years old, and he's been a mystery knight. He's hunted by the state, and all this sort of stuff. And then I was like, bam, bam, bam. I had this whole thing set up. I was like, he's gonna have this little bear that follows him around, and it's actually his. I think I had it. It was like his mother's friend or something like that was transformed into a bear because she's a mage. I had this whole thing set up, and I was like, right, this is great. I've got this entire thing set up. And again, like, I told it to a buddy of mine, and he was like, you know what this kind of sounds like? And I was like, what? He goes, it kind of sounds like Seven Deadly Sins. And I was like, why is everything coming back to Seven Deadly Sins? Like, because, I mean, it is. If you listen to what I just said, there's a group of knights that are hunted by the state, and they have a little talking animal with them. And, like, they've been betrayed and all this. And I'm just like, man, it's so hard. Like, you think you have something, but it's not. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, there was that unique twist in it with my story. There was. But
you can make it futuristic.
I was thinking of doing it in sort of a Neo-Tokyo kind of setting. But then I was like, man, if I do it in Neo Tokyo setting, I'm just gonna think of Shadowrun, and then I'm just gonna want to make it like Shadowrun. And yeah, I was just like, nah, I can't do this.
Nah. I had a game idea that actually went full out for a gaming course, and at least story-wise, and it basically was based off Dark Souls in a way. Like, all the souls and stuff like that would be different types of mirrors and shards, and like to go to another to go to a new area, you have to enter a mirror. Like when you walk through it, it just shatters, and to go to the new area, you like come out of a mirror, and it like reforms.
Yeah.
Like the entire stuff was like mirror based at points. Like you get to a kingdom made out of completely glass, and the thing awaiting you at the big gates is just a big giant glass dragon that like when it's about to shoot fire breath out of you, it heats up. Like you see the fire actually inside of it.
Oh, who is this? Oh, hi, Lucane. How you doing, buddy? By the way, I was...
kind of like that, Lucane, but like the mirrors would just be all around the world.
I was planning on rewatching JoJo and giving you a list of all the apps you need to wait. You need to wait to the end, and a couple apps you need to watch. The OP, that sound good? Sorry, Shiro, what, buddy? I don't understand that previous comment. Are you... There's some episodes you don't want me to watch and I should watch at the end, or... I'm confused, bud. Just dumped a couple hours into Magic the Gathering Arena. Is that what you're talking about there, Lucan? Doesn't matter how similar it is, as long as you do it better than the original and you put your own twist on it. Oh, no end credits. Ah, okay. Yeah, look at... Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, if you look at... the best example for that kind of thing is, if you look at Black Clover, anime or manga, like, I enjoy the manga of Black Clover, but I understand why people don't, because it is all your generic shonen tropes, and they've kind of put their own twist on it, kind of, but not really. So like, people are like, man, this is just Naruto but in a different setting kind of thing. I'm like, I get that, but at the same time it's different.
Yeah, honestly, I think I hate that Naruto example one, but mainly when it's attributed to the Boku no Hero. Just because it's like, oh look, it's the Naruto and Sasuke again. I'm like, oh wait, but he didn't want to willingly leave. He was being taken.
Yeah, exactly. And even when he was taken, he came back.
Yeah, like he wanted to leave on his own. Like, really, guys, you joined us, Chauncey.
Yeah. Like, My Hero Academia is like another example of taking something that's real, like that exists, and putting a twist on it. Like My Hero Academia, again, it's like Black Clover in the sense that it's just generic shonen stuff, but they've done it in such a way that it's different and it's fresh and it's super good. It's super good.
Like, it's been a while since main characters lose at points early on.
Yeah. Like,
because a couple of the animes just still keep them good.
Exactly. Like, you get some anime where they're like, yeah, this is the main character. He's going to get beat up, but he's always going to win. But then you get Midoriya, who, in the middle of a tournament arc, not at the end of a tournament arc, in the middle of a tournament arc, loses. And he's out of the tournament. That's it. Yep. And it's just like, you don't see that much. You just don't. Yeah, My Hero Academia is getting great. Manga for Black Clover was a bit above average to me. The anime was just bad, at least to start. I haven't seen the anime. I've heard good things about it now, but when it first came out, I heard it was so bad.
Well, I heard the issue with it mainly is because the main character, Asta, the beginning few episodes is just him screaming.
Yeah, that's what I heard a lot.
I mean, I don't know. I'd probably take that over believe it every 2 seconds.
That's fair. The believe it. It's like, listen, Naruto, I believe it, but you need to hurry up and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. But I understand Bleach. Some people dislike it, but honestly, I did hate it as much as other people, probably. It's the fillers that I think get people, but honestly, most of the fillers weren't that bad, in my opinion. To me. Especially since some of them became canon.
I don't mind it.
Yeah. Oh, you like that? Like, oh, people are complaining about fillers because they're fillers and they're horrible. Oh, what's the main dude do? Makes half of them canon.
Yeah. Well, that's what I love about One Piece. Is a lot of their fillers. Like, I don't watch the manga anymore.
Yeah.
I don't watch the anime anymore. But I used to. And a lot of their fillers are technically not. They're canon. They're taken from the front pages of the manga. And they're just made into filler episodes. And I enjoyed the fact that they did that, because that's still canon. But then the animation, I couldn't deal with it anymore, because the animation in the One Piece anime was terrible.
It got better over time, though. Like, it really did.
I had to stop. I just had to stop at a point. I was like, I can't continue.
After early on, there's points where some episodes look really great, and then there's points where it's just they're all at this level now. Same thing with Bleach at points. Like how Bleach kind of got up.
Yeah. See, with Bleach, I never minded the animation with Bleach.
Oh, it was nice for its time, yeah.
Yeah, like, Bleach was one of those animes where, like, I watched it and I was like, oh man, this has got some pretty goddamn good animation for its time. And that was when I was just getting into anime, so it's entirely possible the animation was trash, I just didn't know it. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed Bleach when I was a kid. The animation and all.
The soundtrack was great.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Bleach was one of those things where when I was in media at school, they actually used Bleach. It was the only anime they used, and they used Bleach, and it was when you find out Aizen's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And that track comes on, that track where Ichigo's being a badass, and you get that track going on, and you're like, alright, this is it. This guy's about to die. And then Aizen catches his blade with his finger, and the music just stops. And you're just like, oh shit. Oh shit, he interrupted the fucking badass music, what the fuck? And it just shows how much of a badass Aizen is.
I still love his theme's name, number 1. That's just the theme name.
Yeah, yeah. There's no contention about it. It's like, yeah, no, he number 1. Naruto and all other shonen series deconstructed the genre through heaps of bland shows. MHA reconstructed shonen. I could see that to a degree, yeah. Black Clover took 5 episodes to do what most series do in 1 or 2. But the thing is with Black Clover, I feel like, again, I haven't seen much of it. I don't know if I've seen any of it. I might have seen the first episode or 2. Black Clover needed a lot of explanation in the beginning, because if it didn't, you would be so confused. Because in the beginning, I read the manga. I still read the manga. You have the introduction of the families, the royal families, the introduction of the Wizard King, magic as a whole, the introduction of the Clover-based system, the introduction of like the two main characters. You got the squad captains. You have a lot to introduce, and they did it I don't know if they did it well in the anime, but in the manga they did it pretty well. But I mean, when you think of Bleach, when they had to introduce all the captains, they introduced those captains at like what, episode 20? Episode 15, 20 they started introducing captains?
Yeah, I think so. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, the main focus early on was of just the school and the main dude currently.
Yeah, and to me, Bleach kind of dragged. When I went back to watch it, Bleach kind of dragged in the beginning, because it was just Ichigo basically coming to terms with he's got this power, he's got this responsibility, and now he has to do shit. And that was the same thing for around about 10 episodes, and I'm like, alright, Ichigo, get over yourself. And then finally, you had, I can't remember, the Quincy, I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Uryu.
Uryu, yeah. You had Uryu, Chad, Orihime, they started coming into it, and then they had their abilities and stuff, and it kept it fresh. But there were times where I think it took a bit to drag.
I'm gonna call my friend, Chad.
Yeah, Chad. I love Chad. He just shows up and it's like, hi. It's like, the fuck? Who's this guy?
Hey, I saw a monster go that way.
Yeah. And he just punches shit. That's his power. He punches shit.
El Muerte.
Yeah, I love the Spanish or Mexican influence in that anime.
There was a lot. And then whenever Ukiyoda popped on screen, here's a Spanish guitar riff.
Yeah. Wait, it took 5 to 7 episodes to get for Asta to get his power? No, it did not.
Damn.
When your character has no powers, okay, how can we give him his powers? 5 to 7 episodes. Okay.
No, no. What the fuck?
Deku technically got his in like 3 or 2, no? It just wasn't fully there.
I believe he got his in the second episode. At the end of the second episode? Yeah.
Yeah, he got it. He just never actually used it until the 3rd.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But I'm just trying to remember the beginning of the manga. Like, the beginning of the manga, it's not that long before he gets his power, I'm pretty sure. For Asta.
yeah.
I think he gets his, like, power at, like, the end of chapter 4? 3 or 4? Quick question, YouTube is trying to compete with Twitch now? I believe so, yeah. And I tell you what, from the statistics I've seen, they're doing good. I believe YouTube actually has more... It's either more concurrent viewers or more concurrent streamers. It's something like that than Twitch. It's something like that, and it's like, that's crazy. Because Twitch is massive.
Yeah. If anything, the only thing currently that I know about for Twitch, the Fortnite streamers are raking in a lot for them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Ninja, and all those other people. And it's funny because they're mostly also celebrities for other stuff. Like, some of them are League players.
Yeah. Yeah, he got them at the end of the first episode, but then a single manga page flashback into the entire second episode. Wait, what's this? What's this for? Sorry? Draconic said something like, he got them at the end of the first episode. I don't know what he's talking about now. Are we talking about Bleach? Oh, Black Clover. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so he gets his powers immediately and then it goes into a flashback. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah. My only real issue with Bleach was when he started basically giving him everything.
When he started what, sorry?
When he started giving Ichigo basically every single power that exists.
Yeah, like towards the end of it, it's like, he's also a Quincy! It's like, what? Why can't his mom just be his mom? Like, just let her be human or something, please.
Yeah, because then it's also up to the question where, like, wait. Then how the hell did she die?
Yeah.
Like, she's a Quincy, come on. And then he has to go and explain that later on. It turns out her powers were lessened or weakened due to the freaking Aizen.
Oh, was it Aizen?
Yeah, well, it was Aizen and the birth, I believe, because they also explain how he got the hollow in
Oh,
him.
yeah, that
So
was Aizen,
the white one that Aizen was testing attacked the mom, which then basically attached to her, that then also attached to Ichigo.
Yeah.
During birth. Oh yeah, at least his powers were somewhat foreshadowing. Hell, the freaking blue Reishi most of the time was honestly a question to me always. Like, wait a minute, why does he have blue? But then all his main actual Zanpakuto stuff is black and red. I mean, sure, that's the hollow. Hell, that was also foreshadowed as well, that his hollow was his true Zanpakuto.
Yeah, like, there was a lot of stuff that, like, I do like it when mangakas do that. Or any writers. They get foreshadowing in, and it gets to the point where you're like, you have a theory, and you're like, okay, yeah, I get it. But then there's some points where, like, you have, there'll be foreshadowing, and you have no idea it's foreshadowing. And then it will come to fruition, you'll be like, oh shit, that was that! Kind of thing. I really enjoy it when that shit happens.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, going back to One Piece, like, in my opinion, One Piece manga is one of the best things ever written. It's like the foreshadowing and like the way Oda has set everything out has been amazing. Like, and they do that. Like, Oda's done that quite often, where he'll be like, "All right, yeah, no, this is a thing that can happen. This is a thing that can happen. Blah 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 blah." And then later on, they'll be like, "Oh, by the way, this could also happen," and you'll be like, "That makes sense because of this, what he mentioned like 5 years ago," kind of thing. Like, Oda constantly does that, where he'll mention something, and then like 4 years later, he'll be like, oh, by the way, remember that thing? This is why this is happening. And he'll be like, oh, okay. Like, he does that quite a lot. It's really, really good.
Huh. I think one thing I hated about Taichubo, he'd apparently go around and mention in Bleach, like, oh yeah, this character totally dead. This character, I'm not gonna comment. Like, why? We clearly saw them die in a way that they probably shouldn't come back from. Nah, I'll leave it up to you guys' imaginations. Like, really?
What am I looking for here? Am I missing something? What is this?
Holy, what?
I just read through a Gil versus debate where a guy said Gilgamesh is millions of times faster than light and can outspeed everyone in combat. What?
Yeah, sure. That's why a fighter plane was able to outrun him.
Yeah.
That's why a guy was able to shoot him in the head. That's why a kid was able to chop off his arm and slash him. I'm sorry, there's so many things that just proves this.
That's so dumb.
Well, it's okay, I underestimated my opponent. That's clearly why I was slower. Bull. I mean, he did, but still bull. Uh-oh, are you being attacked by real players? Are they leaving you alone?
They're leaving me alone. He came up to me, just put a trap on me, and then just stood there. So I figured
I'm a
I'll
streamer,
just let
don't
it.
kill me. I'm like, oh, you're a streamer, killed you.
Oh, that's the thing. If people find out you're streaming, you're
Yeah.
dead. You're just dead.
Yeah, you're just automatically dead.
Oh, steady.
Alright, I have no idea how to do this.
What do you have to do?
I have no idea. I'm
It's
just, I'm just
good,
chilling.
dude. Something else.
I'm gonna join a group. Fuck it. Join a group. I can't even join a group. Oh, it's here! Leave me alone.
Actually, I think now that you mention it, Draconic, I think I remember seeing something in Extella when he's using an ability or a special. It kind of looks like he does speed around at one point when attacking. Although I could be thinking of another character to be
Could
fair.
it be a Noble Phantasm he has? Because he has like the prototypes for all the Noble Phantasms, right? Could one of them give him it? Or have I misunderstood that ability?
Okay, that sounds dumb, Lucane. Oh yeah, he's this fast with it, so he should be this fast without it.
Essentially in Fate Extra CCC, he travelled across the galaxy in about a second by pulling out a spaceship from the Gate of Babylon, and some people use that to say he's actually that fast, so the... Good boy said. Nah, he not that quick. He not a speedy boy.
I think I really enjoyed Dark Souls. Actually, when I first got Dark Souls, I had no clue what the hell I was doing, so I didn't play that game for about almost a year. Then my friends, I found out I had it, and we played it, and we beat the entire game. Then we got to the second one, co-opted the hell through that one, and went through a couple times. And then we got to the third one, we co-opted again. And it was just a major bunch of bullshit. And then Bloodborne was a thing with them as well. It was just like a bunch of... Co-op is just, hey, here you go. By the way, boss has more HP.
Oh. I do like it when games don't make it easier for co-op. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
you can co-op, but things will get harder.
Yeah. Like a couple games. Oh, here, the HP's raised. Okay, other games. Difficulty's raised. Screw you! Also, Lucane, I honestly think that would kill him. It's not like they can't just bring him back immediately after with Dragon Ball's flawed logic.
I need to get closer.
Wait, I saw an argument about how Gil would pull out Guyball and use its thrown ability to kill Goku.
I need a target.
Man, I give up with people thinking Goku can kill everybody. Like, I honestly
I mean,
do.
I find it funny because like he's been killed before
Multiple
a couple of
times. Yeah. And the thing is, that series is made so that Goku isn't the strongest. It's made so that Goku has adversity. Like, he's supposed to struggle.
The freaking, people gotta remember another thing. The original freaking series, he wasn't even supposed to be the strongest at the end of it. It was supposed to be Gohan, but the author just wanted to change it to give Gohan one final hurrah. Goku. It was supposed to be Gohan stronger than Goku at the very end, but he changed his mind.
It's made so that Goku will become the strongest.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't think it still stands to the point that if Gohan keeps up the training afterwards in Super, like he said he was going to get a new level, he probably could pass Goku again.
It would surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, because he said he wanted to reach something that wasn't Super Saiyan, which, I mean, when he did that was Mystic Form, he surpassed pretty much Super Saiyan 3, probably. And his Mystic Form, when he gained it back, was on par with Blue. He could take hits, and he took at least 5 hits from Blue with Kaioken.
I have to admit, I'm not a DBZ fan or a Dragon Ball fan.